Hello, my name is Alora Seacrest, and in this presentation, we will be discussing the types of databases. Firstly, a database is defined by Wikipedia as an organized collection of data. My thesis or main idea that I will be expressing throughout this entire presentation is that there are two types of database management systems, known as SQL, primarily called relational database, and NoSQL, primarily called non-relational or distributed database. A preview of my main points that we will be covering are: what is a database and what purpose does it serve? What are the contents of a database? The different types of database, and how is it important? Now, let's get started. What is a database? A database is a collection of data that can be expressed in the form of schemes, tables, queries, reports, views, and several other methods. Databases are not only these visual methods, but are also self-describing collections of integrated records because a database consists of a hierarchy of data elements. These elements that make up a database are bytes grouped into columns that are in turn grouped into rows that make up a table or file, linking all information together and making sense of it. A database is defined as self-describing because it contains data within itself, a description of its own contents known as metadata. Metadata is just data about the original data. Now, we can move on to the component of a database management system. Database management systems can be shortened to the abbreviation DBMS. A database management system is a program used to create, process, and administer a database. The major responsibilities of a DBA, or database administrator, are development, operation, backup, and recovery, and adaptation. Generally, these responsibilities are carried out using one type of database system, the relational database model, SQL, or NoSQL, which stands for non-relational. SQL stands for Structured Query Language, which is a special purpose programming language designed to manage data held in a relational database management system. There are several differences between SQL and NoSQL database types. For example, relational SQL are table-based databases, meaning the SQL database presents data in the form of tables. Also, SQL databases have predefined schema, which means it reserves these predefined schemas and they can be accessed from any other user-created schema collection. SQL databases are scaled by increasing the horsepower of the hardware. NoSQL databases are document-based, key-value pairs, graph databases, or column-wide stores. Unlike SQL, which presents data only in table form in relation to the data elements previously described, NoSQL databases have dynamic schema for unstructured data. NoSQL databases are scaled by increasing the database's servers in the pool of resources to reduce the load. Some examples of SQL databases include MySQL, Oracle, Postgre, Microsoft SQL. Here are SQL database examples listed by company logos. Some examples of NoSQL databases are MongoDB, Bigtable, Redis, RavenDB, and Cassandra. And again, here are NoSQL databases examples listed by company logos. The database properties for an SQL database emphasizes on ACID properties, which stands for automacy, consistency, isolation, and durability. The database properties for a NoSQL database is based on the Brewer's CAP theorem that stand for consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Why it matters. Companies depend on accurate reporting, updating current records, and tracking of data. Let's review the main points discussed in the presentation. You now know what is a database and its purpose, the contents of a database, the two different types of databases, SQL and NoSQL, and lastly, why it matters. Knowing how to operate and manage these database management systems are extremely important within a business. In database and business data is constantly pouring in, and as employees, it is vital that you are able to sort out the valuable information to better your business. Using these systems correctly will result in managing your business more efficiently.